What is up, guys? It is Robert of Movies with Me. Whoa, I haven't said that in a while. I know. I'm sorry. You know, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been working on music, so I've been pretty busy. Even though I've been watching still every fucking movie, I in fact even made a review on Dragon Ball Super Broly. Uh, and it was really good movie. I just never uploaded it. But so I thought, fuck it, let's start off with a bang. Let's go March Captain Marvel. And sadly, it's not a bang. Unlike my music that you should check in the description below if you haven't already. But let's talk about it. Captain Marvel is the latest in the Marvel Studios' franchise in MCU. It's the 21st movie? Yeah, I think it's the 21st movie. And it's leading up to the highly anticipated, I cannot wait, Avengers Endgame. I'm back on that, can't pronounce names. This movie is directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. I think I said that right. I probably did. And it stars Brie Larson, Samuel Jackson, and a lot of other people. Now, Captain Marvel was quite the dud. I did not enjoy Captain Marvel. And not for its purpose where, for some reason, there's this, I guess I don't even know if I want to say it, but fuck it. I already saying it. That, there's for some reason people hating on this movie just because, women stuff and I don't know, and Marvel and Brie Larson specifically her. I don't know. I don't have anything against her. You know what I mean? People want this movie to succeed. Some people want it to fail. And I'm just, I don't want to see movies fail. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. So I went into this movie liking like every other Marvel movie, hoping for a good Marvel movie. I didn't get that. Probably for the first time. I don't know. I'm rewatching all the other Marvel movies. I kind of have to remind myself. But Captain Marvel was probably the first one that I was genuinely thinking it's all right at best. Captain Marvel is about this girl named Carol Danvers. And she does some stuff, and she becomes Captain Marvel. I didn't watch any of the trailers. Well, I watched the first one, and it didn't really do anything for me. But, I don't want to spoil anything, even if it's in the trailer. I don't really know, because I don't watch, so I don't want to spoil it for you. So I'm not going to tell you exactly how she becomes Captain Marvel, because this is an origin story. And it's one of the lackluster origin stories. One big reason I didn't care for this movie was, sadly, this is pretty important, Captain Marvel herself. I love Brie Larson. Brie Larson is a really damn good actress. But there's something about this character that has just no charisma. She has nothing to her, Even Black Panther, where, Chadwick Boseman is a very stern character, but dude has some charisma, He the way he is stern is his charisma, But Captain Marvel just didn't have anything in this movie, and I don't think it's her fault. I think it genuinely is the screenplay and the directing, because she's a great actress. How, she obviously wants this role, and I think hopefully by the time we watch Avengers Endgame, by the end of it, the Russo brothers is gonna make her a great character, and we're all gonna fall in love with Captain Marvel. But for me, right now, I'm not in love with her. She's just she wasn't even kind of the star of the show. I liked Samuel Jackson a lot more. He played a young Nick Fury, and it was crazy. Oh my god. The CG on Samuel Jackson is incredible. The de-aging makes him look, he looks young. And holy shit, it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's, again, Marvel is amazing at that. And they knocked it out of the park with this one, because he's the whole movie like that. And it's crazy. And they did such a great job on the de-aging. Oh, God. He looks like a young Samuel Jackson. Since this is an origin story, you see like a background on Captain Marvel. However, I don't like how they do it. They do it in terms of like flashbacks. And there's this one scene that like people were talking over like her flashbacks. And it's just like, I just didn't care for that. It was just, to me, I like movies where it just goes in order, There are movies that are fine where they kind of go out of order and they show parts of their lifetimes in different areas of the movie. The way they did this was just weird, because it it felt like again, these flashbacks were like few seconds, and there was nothing, no kind of attachment to any of her past, and so I couldn't really care about her current person. You know what I mean? I couldn't care about who she was today because I couldn't care about her in the past. And that was a big problem because she doesn't, a big part of this is she doesn't remember anything. You know what I mean? It's like a fish out of water tale, like Wonder Woman, stuff like that. And so when she gets on Earth, she doesn't remember being on Earth before. And I just didn't feel any attachment to anyone, any person she met that she had past relations with. It just didn't affect me in any way. And so when she would be reunited with certain people, there was no kind of, emotion there. And that's big because a lot of Marvel movies are really good with that actually, where they do have these great backstories for these people like Iron Man, like Captain America. Captain Marvel just doesn't have that. And even if you go into this movie going for straight up action, the action is not that good. There's a few good action scenes. In the beginning, I will say I was enjoying myself quite a bit. There's cool scenes with Jude Law and Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel, Brie Larson. They're kind of just like, a good, having good chemistry with each other, and I thought it was solid. They're fighting, they're training. It was cool. I like those kind of moments. But then after that, it hits a stride where I don't care for any of it. The villain in this movie is barely a villain because a big part also that I don't care for Captain Marvel is that she's like unstoppable. She's like, once she gets her power and all that kind of stuff, you feel like that's what makes her not a great character because she feels like she doesn't fear anything because she's so unstoppable. And so when there's a villain and when she actually confronts this villain, there's no harm that's going to be done to her because, well, one, she's in Avengers Endgame and that's whatever, you know what I mean? But like, as for this current movie, you just don't feel like there's any threat towards her. So you don't think there's any threat at all. Because, well, I mean, Samuel Jackson ain't gonna die. And so, for sure, Captain Marvel isn't gonna get hurt because she's fucking destroying so much shit. And you're just like, what's his girl's, kryptonite? What's her kryptonite? She doesn't have one. At least in this movie, she doesn't have one. And it really bugs me because at least when you see stuff like Avengers Infinity War, they could not go up against Thanos. Even stuff like Spider-Man Homecoming, he was struggling. He was struggling. Captain Marvel doesn't struggle at all in this movie. Her struggle is trying to get like memories back, and those memories aren't even, good. There's no emotion to back up for it. Oh, and in this movie, they bring back Ronan from Guardians 1, the worst part of Guardians 1. And guess what? He's one of the worst parts of Captain Marvel. What's the fucking point of bringing him back? And if you're not going to do anything with him, who fucking cares? Like, what? He's trash. He's a trash character. He's shit. I'm sure in the comics he does some cool shit, but he never does cool shit between Guardians 1 and Captain Marvel. Okay. It's Ronan, guys. It's Ronan. Oh my god. Who the fuck cares? I don't know if the villain is a twist. I really don't know. But the villain to me was so obvious from the beginning. And you have these scrolls that are, also the villains of the movie or whatever. And it's cool because they can shapeshift, and there's a cool action scene for that. You have the funny, that there's like that meme with the punching of the old lady. That's a cool action scene that goes on. But even the scrolls at one point, there's like a twist for them. I guess it's a twist because people were telling me, it's a twist. That was shocking. And then I was like, now one point when I'm watching these scrolls or doing their thing, am I like, holy shit! Like there was no twist. I don't know what the fuck people were talking about, a twist. And then when I asked other people, I'm like, well, were you shocked? They were like, no. And I'm like, so how's that a twist? You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't work for me, that twist. Because to me, I could already see who the villain is from the beginning of the movie. But whatever. Regardless, the Skrulls were cool. They had some cool action scenes with Captain Marvel. You know what I mean? And they're a cool, viable enemy. I think some parts of this movie didn't need. There was like one part with an action scene where they placed like a song in it, and that was just unnecessary. They try to make it like it's fun, but what's going on right then and there is not fun. It's pretty fucking dangerous, and they don't. And Captain Marvel herself is not a fun character, so I don't know why they're trying to put a fun song on, because it didn't work. So tonally, they just couldn't. They didn't know where they wanted to go, because your main character is not fun, and you're playing a fun song. It doesn't work. It did not mesh. Again, honestly, I was not expecting a ton from Captain Marvel. I wasn't impressed with the first trailer. I didn't watch any other trailer after that, and I was just going in hoping for a good movie. I didn't get that. Overall, I'm going to give Captain Marvel a 5.5 out of 10. It's alright. It's not the worst movie in the world, but it's just not good. You know, especially with Marvel, I've expected so much better in terms of character, in terms of action, in terms of emotion. I didn't get really any of that. The best part is probably the last 20 seconds and the end credit scene that I think is really great and really hyped me up. That's it. Everything else was just it's just a movie that's somewhat fun, but also not really. Let me know down in the comments below. Did you like Captain Marvel? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully not in 6 months. Bye-bye. Reason to even stay awake. My fears feel finally gone. My ears are eating up these songs. I think I might be moving on. I feel so great, like I need this break. No work, just kick back and play some PlayStation. Not worrying about the problems that I'm facing. I'm in a pumped up party mood, chilling with the fucking dudes tonight. I ain't drinking any booze.